y'all, it's Ghost. Apparently June is cooking month for this channel, but I hope you guys will enjoy this very simple recipe. I don't know if the tomato ramen trend has made it to any other countries besides Japan, but basically it is ramen, but it uses sort of a tomato-based soup and you put cheese on it, and it's kind of like soup pasta, but it's ramen. It's really good, so I wanted to share how to make it out of instant noodles. You're gonna need some leafy vegetables that can be served warm. I have no idea what these are called in English, but you can also use spinach or broccoli or any kind of vegetable that you're okay with eating warm. Giving your vegetable a quick rinse, I'm just gonna chop off this bottom part. And I'll leave it, actually I'll cut it in half. There we go. Next you want to boil some water in a small sauce pot and insert your vegetables into that boiling water. And then you want to cook that until your vegetables are cooked through. Sorry if I sound a little bit hasty today. I'm making this for dinner and I am very, very hungry. The other topping we want to prepare is some mini hot dogs. I have 2 per serving. I'm making 4 servings, so that's 8. These are frozen, so I'm going to put these in a microwave-safe bowl and microwave them until thawed. You don't want to cook them through in the microwave. You just want them melted enough so that you can... Now, while everything is going on, I want to quickly discuss what type of instant noodles you want to use. You don't want to use the chicken flavor or the soy sauce flavor or anything like that. You want to use the salt flavor. Basically, you don't want flavor. You want as little flavor as possible. These are just 2 different types of salt flavor ramen from the same company. This one's the normal one. This one just has pork bone broth. This is the 3rd cut I'm doing this. I finally said it right. This is the... Yeah, just has a little bit of a richer flavor. Either one's fine, just use a salt flavor. If you absolutely cannot find salt flavor noodles, just take your regular soy sauce one and save your seasoning packet, and then find out how much water you need to boil it with, and replace that with salted chicken broth or beef broth or any kind of meaty broth, and you're good to go. While I was talking, the vegetables have cooked, so I'm just gonna strain this out and then leave it to cool. Alright, once your hot dogs have thawed, I'm gonna cut them in a very strange way. If you guys seen those little like octopus shaped hot dogs that you see in like anime and stuff like that, I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna show you how to do it. If you don't want to do that, you can just cut them in half or slice them up or however you want. But to do the octopus thing, you want to find the halfway mark for your hot dog, then turn it lengthways and then cut down just like this so that you have 2 legs now. And you want to turn it and then cut the same way so that you have 4. And unfortunately you can't really cut more than that or else your hot dog is going to fall apart, but that's what you're going to do for every single one of your hot dogs. By the way, the original reason why hot dogs in bento boxes were cut like this was not because it was a fashion statement or it was cute. It's actually because the curled up legs made it easier for children to grab them with their chopsticks. I thought that was interesting. So yeah, with that trivia in mind, I thought since we're gonna be eating this ramen with chopsticks, it would be considerate to cut these sausages in a way that is both attractive to the eye and easy to manage. I'm going to put these guys back into the bowl that I originally microwaved them in, and I'm going to set it aside. One last topping that I nearly forgot about, you want to take some parsley. I have Italian parsley here, but it doesn't really matter what type of parsley you have. Fresh is preferable, but if you only have dry, that's okay. So if you have fresh parsley, just take as much as you think you'll need. And I think, let's do another stalk, yeah. After giving that a rinse, I'm just going to cut off the stalks. Now just put that chopped parsley into a small bowl, and I'm just going to set that aside. So for your next step, you want to read the back of your ramen packaging and find out how much water you need. For this one, I need 500 milliliters. Next, take your tomato juice, and if it's an individually packed one, check how many milliliters it contains. This one contains 200. Tomato juice is going to replace part of the water, and I feel like this 500 to 200 ratio is pretty good. So basically, I'm just going to use 300 milliliters of water and replace the remaining 200 with tomato juice. If you're using the salted meat broth method that I mentioned earlier, replace the 300 milliliters of water with the broth and have 200 milliliters of tomato juice. Since I'm making 4 servings, I added 1,200 milliliters of water into my pot. That is 300 times 4. To this, I'm going to add my tomato juice. If you've got a juice box type packaging, it really helps to just pop open the corners. It helps you squeeze out all the tomato juice without wasting any. I'm going to give this a quick stir and put on the heat and bring this to a boil. Once the soup is at a rolling boil, you want to insert your noodles. All the crumbs too. Stirring occasionally, let the noodles cook according to packaged instructions. Mine says to cook for 3 minutes. Also, your noodles will start unraveling, and that way they'll submerge in the soup better, so keep stirring, but not too hard, or else you'll break the noodles. Forgot to say, you want to lower it to around medium to medium-low heat. Still have the water simmering. I can hear it simmering. You can't really see the bubbles, but it is simmering. You don't want to make it too strong, or else you're going to evaporate all the water and you're going to get really thick soup. I got interrupted because my mom wanted some bean sprout salad, so I'm making that for her right here. But this is about the time you'll want to start to fry the sausages. Alright, real quickly here, tab was running. I'm going to cook up the sausages. I'll light the pan and add some olive oil. Once it's hot enough, I'm going to add in my hot dogs. Stirring occasionally, I'm just going to let them cook, and as you can see, their arms are already starting to curl up. I totally forgot a step in the noodles. If you didn't use the brine method, you want to, not the brine, the stock method, you want to, excuse me here, rip open your salt seasoning packet and put them into the pot with the noodles. Just pour everything in. And by the way, this is after I've boiled the noodles, and it's totally okay to do this after. I'm just going to take a pair of tongs and stir that through, making sure everything melts. Here I've got a ramen bowl, and I'm going to use some tongs and pull out 1 serving of noodles into the bowl. You can just eyeball this, no need to measure anything. I've noticed that the noodles will reach around the line if you do it properly. So that's what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to ladle in some soup. It actually might be easier after I added my soup. Now I'm just going to put on the topping vegetables, sort of just arrange it all fancy like. To your taste. Place my hot dogs. Alright, final step. You want to take some shredded cheese, which I have off screen, and add 1 handful per person, a small handful. I have very small hands. 1 small handful per person into a microwave safe bowl. I'm actually doing half a handful. That seems like enough. Add about 4 tablespoons of milk, basically a tablespoon per serving. Wrap that up and microwave it for 30 seconds. Once the cheese is done microwaving and is completely melted, give it a quick stir before pouring it over your noodles. Then take your chopped up parsley, sprinkle it on top of the cheese, and you are done. I don't know if you can see it, but I also put some Parmesan cheese. That's okay too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye!